The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
The aftermath of every social revolution brings about change. Cultural norms and landmarks shift as our minds and hearts expand beyond the familiar. To everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose in the land of the living. This is our time to renew, revive, and restore the hope lost to the busyness of life. This is our time to dig again and rebuild from the storms of our past on a solid footing that holds. Welcome to The Foundation.
The Foundation.
The Foundation with Howard Grant is brought to you by Alive, Bahamas Bus and Truck, Burger King, Commonwealth Bank, the Digital Transformation Unit, Divinia Grill Foods, Marco's Pizza, Mobile Garage Technologies, Platinum Pastries, Popeyes, Scotiabank, and Wendy's.
Foundation. So it's the foundation.
It's the foundation that's rocking the nation. Howard Grant's the host, got in radio station 96.9, 12 to 2. It's the time you can call the show or use the text line. Yeah, he educates, he informs. He goes against the norm. He's really got that zeal. Plus, he's a child of God.
Foundation. It's the foundation. Foundation. So it's the foundation. Foundation. So it's the foundation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant and your company, The Foundation. It is an absolutely wonderful thing to be able to have you here live and in full effect in the land of the living, giving praise on this beautiful day. Today is Thursday as we get ourselves kind of prepared and kind of wrapped up as we look forward to the weekend to sort of make those things happen. I'm so happy to be in your company today. You know, today is Small Business Thursday. And we got a few things kind of laid out for you to have great conversation. I'm so happy that you kind of tuned in. But, you know, we always reflective on this day. And I like to keep it somber, at least at the onset, so you can know exactly where we are. If you didn't have an opportunity, make sure you go and pick up the Guardian newspaper. Some great stuff's in the paper to talk about some stuff today. Listen, we ain't getting into politics today, right? I can try not to get into politics today, but it's smeared all across the front page of the thing. FNM's urge equal treatment under law. They need to stop. It's way too much, but I'm not going to get into it today. It's there. You can be able to read that in the paper. You can be able to see that stuff. Also, a woman found in the canal shot to death. That was a strong thing. You know, your phone, if it's anything like mine, probably went crazy yesterday with persons kind of sending the wrong picture of the girl on social media. The girl came under the social media page and says, can you all take the picture down? I'm alive. So praise God that she's still with us. But we continue to be able to pray for these things and then, you know, pray for sort of this kind of this position in our country so we can be able to get clarity and understand our position. I feel like we've been kind of shaping and shifting and moving. There's something happening. So I want to talk about that. We're going to be able to take our time and do that. But, you know, in the position that we're in, knowing where we are, with the death that we see around us, and we touch the newspaper, and being able to see that, I'm always being able to kind of give praise, especially on a Thursday, to know the depth and the thickness, the magnitude of the paper today as a result of those persons that have been passed away. So you see the obituaries in there. And every time I see this, I only could remember my good friends from Butler Funeral Homes and Crematorium. They say, Howard, we love you. And we're hoping that you remain committed to us. And whenever it's time for us to put you down, we better say, hey, I think we get a little bit too fast. This is way too much. You need to calm down, right? But they're always going to be able to do this thing in style. They do this thing with style and this sort of a grace and finesse that exists in there. So make sure you check out and reach out to Butler's Funeral Homes and Crematorium if you're dealing with a transitional period of a loved one who's actually passed on. You want to be able to go down with that kind of dignity and pride that they carry through their life. You want to be able to check them out over at Butler's Funeral Homes and Crematorium. I want to do that. Also, I want to be able to thank my guys over at Accretio, right? Accretio hair growth. It says hair balding, thinning, or breaking, suffering from scalp issues, or hair that won't grow. Then Accretio hair growth, East Shirley Street, has the solution for you. Quality hair products and hair care services for natural and relaxed hair. Yes, we treat men as well. Contact us at 601-5144. That's 601-5144. Also, you can make sure you can WhatsApp them at 802-6762. That's 802-6762. It says that your hair will love you again. So it's a Small Business Thursday, and we want to be able to dive right into it because I'm excited about this. Now, this is my good, decent pastor sitting in the studio with me. He's sitting here. Listen, you hear him laughing. You know who that is, right? Only one thing I wait for him to say, woo, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, Pastor Delton Ellis is in the studio with me today. Pastor, it's so good to have you, my brother. How you doing today?
Bless you, Howard. It's blessed to certainly thank God for your audience. A great day to be alive, man. It's a great day to be alive.
Absolutely.
The more you alive, you'll keep your good friends at that funeral home away from you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, and they want to sit down and talk. When we talk and sit down and talk, and they say, Howard, man, listen, man, we love you. And you're just like family to us. We want to be able to put you down and start. I said, well, yeah, I think we get a little far.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful to be with you, man. I want to talk about this stuff now. Listen, I've been after Pastor for some time because he got me and my wife whispering to each other when we sitting in service, saying, man, we got to go with Delton with one of these things, man. We got to go with Pastor Delton with one of these things. Tell us about your business and what you do outside of the service and the ministry that you do in church.
Right.
You really do something different
Yes.
in terms of being able to reach everyone. Tell us about that. Introduce the people to it for those persons who don't know.
Well, thank you so much, Howard. For years, Howard, my mother and father took groups from our church in Bimini on trips almost every year. So Daddy has taken us to Australia, Korea, Japan, Canada, for what was known as the Baptist World Alliance, where all the Baptists around the world come together. Then my mother was a Sunday school teacher for 9 years back to back. She took the children to Disney World. Then we went to different trips. Came to Mount Tabor, went to St. John's in Freeport with Godfrey Williams, and did all of the church travel. Anytime the church was traveling with a group to a conference, they allowed me to organize it. Came to Mount Tabor, joined Maxine Newton in organizing everything for the church. And then for years, I've taken groups into Israel. That's where I started out, just doing religious trips. And then after I was ready to resign or retire full-time ministry at Mount Tabor, my wife and I decided that we'll go into travel full-time. And so what I did was seek out a travel agency. I became certified myself as a travel advisor. I'm what is known as an MCC with CLIA. CLIA is the cruise.
Watch yourself. You almost say MCM.
No.
You know what?
No, MCC.
Go ahead.
MCC, which means I'm certified as a master cruise consultant with the Cruise Line International Association. That's with any cruise around the world. And so I'm able, one of my main functions, though, is group travel. I really specialize in group travel, and I can take groups all around the world. I've been doing it for free for years. And about 5 years ago, my wife and I decided to take it on.
You got to get paid for this.
Yes, sir.
This ain't about entertainment no more.
No, sir. We've done that for a while.
Yes.
We've sowed our good seeds in that area.
Yes.
And so now it was time to monetize it. And so we do group travel anywhere from 10 or more. I can do individual stuff, but it's not my preference. I prefer to do group travel. And then what I also offer is escorted group travels. There's a lot of people who want to travel, Howard. They want to go to far distance, but they don't want to go alone, and they don't want the headache of planning the entire trip. That's where I come in. I'll plan the entire trip from start to finish for you, and also join you on the trip and take the headache from you from dealing with the groups. So that's what my wife and I'll do for you.
So all those persons who are listening right now are kind of eager. They're getting ready for a family anniversary. They want to be able to do something special.
Yes.
Mama is turning 85 years old.
Absolutely.
We don't know how long Mama's going to be with us. Let's do something special.
Sure.
Let them know how they can reach out to you. Tell them the business name and everything like that.
The business is Keepers Travel. Keepers Travel International at gmail.com. or DeltonEllis@gmail.com. My cell is 457-0849. That's my cell. You can get me on by WhatsApp or direct call, or Keepers Travel on Facebook, Delton Ellis on Facebook. Any one of those you want to do, it's fine. Cruises, I tell people cruises is one of the best valued vacation that you can take out with.
You know, once you start to talk about these things, I know a lot of persons, I see the lines are lit up. This ain't one of those, I tell you, when they hear you, Pastor Delton, they won't get in here, but for more reasons than one.
Yes.
They love you. They love Bishop Ellis and what you guys have done
Yes.
significantly, not only here, not in Bimini, not only here in Nassau, but for the country.
Yes,
And sort of
certainly.
the exposure that you've done for the world. So we're always truly grateful for such great men to be around us.
Thank
and
you,
so they want to shower you with accolades, but more specifically now, in this kind of a season that we're in, they want to say condolences to you for the loss and kind of
Yes.
the passing away of your father. The
Yes,
first thing
sir.
you said
Yes, sir.
is that you have a rich legacy.
I certainly
right?
do.
Your father has been able to take you all over.
All over the world.
That's crazy.
Yes, sir. All
My
over
daddy
the
took
world.
me to Miami. You need to stop. Listen, I got to call this man right now. Hey,
Daddy,
I'm missing
Daddy.
some Israel trips, sir.
I'm
Right?
telling you, Daddy loved traveling, and Daddy met a lot of foreigners that came to the Bahamas, particularly Bimini.
Mm-hmm.
So people are now, Airbnb is the big thing. Well, Daddy been doing that for 50 years. Daddy been doing Airbnb for 50 years.
Mm-hmm. A lot of
Yes,
wake up
was
and
an
see
Airbnb.
all kind of people in your house. Who
Yes.
people is daddy?
Yes, he been, as a matter of fact, Henry Bowen
Yes, yeah.
used to live in our
For the
house.
747s and the Boeing airline?
No.
Which Bowen?
Henry Bowen.
Okay, yes.
Grand
yes.
Bahama.
Yeah, okay,
Henry
yes,
Bowen.
okay.
Member of Parliament.
Yes.
Lived at our house.
Really?
He certainly did. When he came down to Bimini, most
Really?
of the times, that's where he stayed.
In Poggy Bay?
In Poggy Bay.
In Poggy Bay.
As a
Listen.
matter of fact, he was almost like, who it is, Rahab did for the king. Daddy put on a little extra piece.
Really?
He put on a little extra
Nobody can
piece.
stay in there.
And this was where Henry Bowen stayed when he came to Bimini.
This is an exciting thing.
I'm telling you.
You know, every time I hear your stories, I'm always enamored and sitting down like a little child at the feet of Bishop when he speaks about these
Yes.
things. And you have such rich history,
Yes, sir.
and you're able to talk about these things. You have like an interlocking connection to this country.
Yes, we certainly do. Even when you would see Daddy's obituary tomorrow or next week, you will see him in a uniform. I'm going to tell you the uniform, but you will see him in a uniform. When one of the men Daddy took care of who came to Bimini was the name Hirsch, who was a major investor in New York and in Florida.
Really?
Yes, and he had major property in Bimini. As a matter of fact, he had the only generator in Bimini other than the power company. So him nor us were ever without power. Whenever the power go off in Bimini,
Your daddy's
Daddy
a
would
blessed
go
man.
down to the powerhouse, turn the generator on for Mr. Hirsch, and then he run drop cord, watch this, Howard, through 3 yards across the street and then to our house.
You serious?
That's how we got power when the power was off.
This is an amazing thing.
I'm telling
I'm
you.
always blown away by these things, and I think about it and I say, how much pastors in your God? But 92. You all need to stop.
Well, I'll tell you this. We have about 6 in our personal family. A little more in the entire Ellis family. But in Poggy Bay, where we are from, we put out almost 30 plus pastors and ministers, more than any area on the island, and we were the smallest.
You know what? And I often hear Bishop talk about his grandfather.
Yes, Papa.
And, right? He talk about Papa, and he started to talk about this sort of an idea that he may not have been able to read and write on all these things but
Right.
he gave a blessing.
Yes.
And I want to say that blessing is rich upon every single one of you.
Yes,
I mean,
thank
to
you,
be
sir.
able to do what you're doing
Certainly.
is an amazing thing. You're not only taking people, to the gates of God, to the feet for God to be able to bless them. You're bringing them to church. You're ushering them and so forth and so on, and teaching them
Yes.
how to be able to read and dissect and so forth and so. You're taking
Yes.
them around the world.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
This
And
is an amazing
See,
thing.
because some people and most people, when they hear pastor or they don't want to travel because they just figure, listen, man, I know how to balance life. I know how to balance life. I take you to Israel, I'm taking you on a religious journey. If I take you to Greece, I'm taking you on a religious journey. If I take you to Dubai, Dubai, we going on vacation. We going on vacation.
How
Howard.
much religious journey?
Yes, we going on
They just built this place up.
vacation. We going to have a ball. So I've been doing bashing. I've been ATV
You've been to
riding.
Dubai already.
Yes.
I see you in Dubai the other day taking big
Yes,
pictures.
I
of
had
it.
33 people in Dubai.
Listen, we got to go.
Yeah, man.
Me and my wife
A
come in.
fantastic
I want
journey.
a Mount Tabor discount. You need to
Yeah,
stop.
no, they got it. Mount Tabor gives you a discount for each member for $200.
Okay.
certainly
We coming
you'll
for
get
that.
certainly you'll get your discount.
You gotta go
but
for that.
But I love it, Howard. My wife and I love to travel. People always laugh at me. I say, listen, I got my passport with me all the time. I got a credit card. You didn't
know what you was going to do during the pandemic.
But listen, I was freaking out during the pandemic. They called my wife.
I was scared for you because you're going over to Miami.
They called, well, before I got there,
Yeah.
I said to my wife, when we were about 70 days in Howard, I don't know why I keep saying Howard, I started to freak out. I said, listen, I got to get off this island. I grabbed my suitcase. My wife got the video. She started recording me. I said, I'm going down to the airport.
I
And
see
she
the
said
video.
The airport closed.
I laugh.
say, I know people at the airport and somebody can let me in this country because I can't take this no more.
Oh, my God.
Howard, I gone out and the next day I go in my backyard and get the video. I say, hey, I'm coming to you all the way from Ocho Rios in Jamaica. The next day I was in Aruba, right in my backyard. Hey, why to make some fun
But
of
travel has done something for you. I don't know. I mean, I guess this kind of experience and exposure.
Travel is my happy place.
That's what you.
That's my happy place. When I get
And your father introduced you to this.
certainly did. He
I would
certainly did.
never think that going on conventions, because my grandmother was a lodge woman.
Yes.
Right? She was
Yes.
a lodge woman.
Yes.
Right? She was one of the Elks. And she would be able to take me everywhere
Elks
she's hiding,
conventions.
all the Elks
Yes.
convention.
Yes.
Now, I was the only grandchild who gone. Right? So it's only me and Grammy.
I got you.
But she got me staying in the room. The room smelled like Ben Gay. It's too much. I can't deal with it. So she got all the ladies staying with her, right? So it's only me and her. And I said to myself, I said, whilst I'm happy to be in New Orleans, whilst I'm happy to be here,
She got you in the room.
This ain't exciting.
No, you gotta get out. You gotta get out and see the city, the country, or the state.
So the conventions wasn't like that.
The conventions we would have, you go to churches, you go to different places, but there were always tours available.
Oh, okay.
So
Grammy
when I-
never gone on a tour.
When I did the Baptist World Alliance in Toronto, Canada,
Mm-hmm.
we went to Niagara Falls. So I went to the falls. I saw the falls. I saw different things. So the thing about it is getting out there and seeing some others. Even when we go to when we were in New Orleans with Full Gospel and now Global United Fellowship, we provide a day for shopping and tour, so people could still see the places where they go. I love history. I love culture. So I like to see that kind of stuff when I go to a city. I want to know about Jamaica. I want to know about Europe. I want to
Not just standing behind the people wall.
No, man. I want to get out and see. Yeah. And that's what I love to see. So sometimes people say my trips are intense because I don't like dull moments.
Yeah.
I don't really like downtime, tell you ready to go to bed. So I'm up, be ready, let's do breakfast, let's do tours, let's do lunch.
You wouldn't even give the people time to have just to relax.
They could relax afterwards. I tell people you
Let them
could
soak in the environment.
No, but when we're on the cruise ship, you could do what you want to do. If you don't want to come for dinner, don't come. That's where people will do that chill out, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like we did on this last one with Dubai, when we returned, we went into Dubai. We spent 2.5 days, jump on a cruise for 7 days, and then we came back to Dubai for 2.5 days. When we came back, we did a tour on the half day, and then pretty much the next 2 days, people did whatever they wanted to.
Did you ever do China, Beijing, Japan, or anything like that?
Unfortunately, no, Howard, because they are not on my list. Mm-hmm. They are not even in my focus. Those who want to do China could do that for business. That ain't what I'm
Because
interested
that's what
in.
okay, yeah. So the majority of what you do would be
Vacation.
or religious based.
Yes, I carrying people on vacation, man. I'm not interested in the business trips at this time. Now, I've done numerous trade shows for the clothing industry. I do the trade shows now for travel. As a matter of fact, in June, I'm going to the World Travel Expo right in Miami, Florida. Mm-hmm. I've certified with CLIA, as I indicate. So I go to those conferences business-wise. I've taken people to the trade shows for clothing business, but I'm not interested in all of that. I'm ready to go on vacation, Howard. So I
What
want
vacation you can take?
Howard, I'll explain it to you like this. I worked for Mount Tabor for 24 and a half years full time. And I told people what I really put in was 35 years of work.
Wow.
So I could take my vacation.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to take my vacation.
Go ahead.
I'm going to enjoy my life.
While
I've
you're here in the
seen-
land of the living.
Yes, I've seen too many people, particularly government workers,
Yeah.
who wake all their life,
Yeah.
then retire and die.
Yeah.
So all they had was the experience of working for the government.
Mm-hmm.
All they had was experience. Somebody's on pre-retirement now from the government. 2 years of vacation. Not 2
And they ain't
years.
traveling.
No. Exactly. 2 years of
You're getting paid.
vacation.
Yeah.
And they have. Boy, Howard, I tell you, I'd be ready to go anytime. My wife is be laughing
Your
at me
passport ready to go now.
all the time. I got it here, you know. I got it here with me, Howard.
But you ain't getting nowhere from me. Here.
You don't ever know, somebody may call me and tell me, let's go to the airport.
Listen.
And you know what, Howard? You know what I like about it? Say what you want about the Bahamas. We are I think we're still in the top 25 for one of the best passports around the world. We got one of the best, the biometric passport
know
that
that.
we got.
You know
is
that.
one of the best passports
You know that.
we got around the world.
When you're speeding on I-95, you say, sorry about that, man. I sorry about that. They say, well, give me your passport, boy, or give me your driver's license.
Yeah.
They see Bahamian. Man, I went to Nassau one time, man. I had such a good time. I'm telling you.
That's it.
We got a great kind of
That's
relationship
it.
with the world.
You better believe it. With the
Yeah.
amount of visa, the only place, even though we went to Dubai, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, we did Abu Dhabi, that's part of the Emirates. Only in Saudi Arabia we needed to get the visa. And it wasn't an issue. It's just a matter of paying the 128 and they let you in. But there's almost 100 plus countries where we have visa waivers. You just need your passport. I hope they hurry up get that for us to go to America.
I want these people to know, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there, you may feel very comfortable. Pastor Delton Ellis is going to be able to give you a great time.
Yes.
Me and my wife then sit down and say, listen, man, I haven't go with Pastor Delton Ellis now. Some of these people look boring, but we can have a good time. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
We can go with Pastor Delton Ellis and have a great time. You ain't going to get super churchy, but you can learn. You can understand the environment.
Yes.
You have a great time and you're going to
Yes.
do it again.
Yes.
Please give him a call. Just email. He said it's Keepers Travel International at Gmail.
Right.
And the number is this is 457 you want to use?
Yes.
457-0849. 457-0849. And let them know how they can be able to get you on the social media handles.
Yes. You can get me at Keepers Travel on Facebook or Delton Ellis on Facebook and or Instagram.
If you wake up 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock,
Hit me.
go pray
Yes.
with Pastor Delton Ellis. He's on there.
Yes.
Let the people know.
We are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 to 5 or 5 o'clock if you want to call it 5 to 6. We do a prayer. That's a mandate we receive once COVID hit us. COVID hit us. So on the 17th of March, 2020, I believe it was when the Lord spoke to me to tell me pray for the people and then tell
And
somebody
you ain't
say
stopped yet.
the pandemic is over.
And you ain't stopped.
No, because my assignment is until I hear the pandemic is over. Once I do that, then I'll see how we begin to close that element of the assignment that I've been given.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Pastor Delton Ellis. He's out here. I know you want to talk to him. I see the lines lit up. You need to stop. Text him on this number or reach out to him if you want to find out more about Keepers Travel International. And you can also kind of put the condolences out there for Papa, who's been passed away here. We love them. We love the Ellises and for their contribution they made. His number again, 457-0849. That's 457-0849. Get yourself geared up.
Yes.
Now, you ain't going to China. I know some fellows who say, Howard, we need to go to China.
Yeah, y'all go ahead to China.
Right?
Y'all take that part.
We ain't going to China, but we can have a great time if you go to Dubai, if you go to all these other places.
Europe,
you go,
all of them.
You go to Europe.
Yes.
You said you've been to Greece too.
Yes, I've done Greece. I've done Europe. We get
You did the Mediterranean trip?
Yes, we did many Mediterranean trips. As a matter of fact, in October, that one is already sold out. We got a group. We fly into Hamburg, Germany. Be there for 2 days, jump on a cruise. Then we go into Amsterdam, Belgium, London, and Italy.
Ain't much religious store in Amsterdam. You need
No,
to
sir,
stop,
we ain't
right?
going. This is not a religious talk.
Praise God.
This is a vacation for 45 Bahamians. We going to vacation.
Have a good time.
That's what
Listen
we're
to
going
me.
to do. We're going. I know if they're going to the Red Light District, but
No.
we're going-
Don't let him go. Don't let him go there. For God's
But we
sake.
going on
Don't let
vacation.
him go there. Right? Listen, I don't know if you start the ASU now, but start your ASU.
Yes,
You got to
sir.
be able to put together, get this thing going.
Yes.
Let's be able to go up, man. We've been kind of cooped up for too long.
Too
It's time
long.
to be able to see the world. And
Yes.
Miami in
Yes.
the world.
No, sir.
No matter
sir.
where we used to go when I was young.
Yes.
You go from here to Washington State.
Yeah.
I've been to Miami.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
need to
sir.
stop it.
Yeah.
Let's get travel
the
down
only
here.
time I go to Miami is if I got to catch the flight out of Miami to go to where I'm going.
You got that's it.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Pastor Delton Ellis with us.
Bless
Make
you,
sure
man.
you check it out. Keepers Travel International. Keepers Travel International at gmail.com or reach out to him 457-0849 or hit me up on the 827-0111. I'll send you the number. You can be able to reach out to him and get your stuff prepared. Mama is turning 85.
Yes, yes.
You know how long she
Let's
can be
take
with
on
us.
a trip, family trip.
While she can still be able to move, so forth and so on, take Grammy on a family trip. Do some decent things. Father's Day coming up. I know you're looking at your daddy's too hard, but y'all need to stop it.
Yes.
Do
yes.
something.
Carry daddy somewhere.
Get him somewhere. Do a trip. Do a boat. He's certified. Certified MCC, not MCM. That's a whole different
MCM,
story, right?
MCC. MCC.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a good show, man. We got somebody else coming up right after this. We're going to have a great show. Pastor Ellis, I want to thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
able to
for
join us,
having me,
bro.
man.
You're a good,
It's a
decent
pleasure.
man.
It's a pleasure.
He's a
God
good-
bless your audience.
You're a good, decent man. I praise
you,
God
sir.
for
I
you.
appreciate
Now,
it,
next
sir.
time you come, we can talk some other things.
No problem. I got you. I
We
got
can
you.
talk some other things.
I got
We
you.
can talk with the church. We can talk some other things.
I with you, sir.
All right, my
All right,
brother.
no
Ladies and
problem, man.
gentlemen,
Thank you so much.
96.9 FM radio, Howard Grant and your company, The Foundation. Small Business Thursday. We're going to dive deeper into it. Let's take this quick commercial break and be right back after this.
The foundation. The foundation.
Ready to step into the future? From your front door to the backyard and everywhere in between. See and speak to whoever's there with Ring Video doorbells and security cameras now available at Alive. Protect what matters most, all from one easy app. Available in your Google or Apple Play Store. Visit bealive.com/ring to learn more. We are alive.
If you've got a sweet tooth, come and get a sweet treat. Platinum Pastries, something sweet, something savory, and all around delicious. Come and get a taste of our famous conky, conch patties, danishes, cheesecakes, and the island's best bread. Freshly baked daily, homemade cookies, ginger lemonade, or a little gully wash. 6 days a week. We've got it all. Platinum Pastries, Carmichael Road West in the Old Dad's Plaza. Open 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. weekdays and 8 to 5 on Saturday. Get your orders in today at 341-8522 or 466-8522.
Divania's grilled food and products are now open in the Kenneth Plaza, Prince Charles Drive. Come, you must try the jerk chicken, jerk pork, and all their amazing grilled food. Grilled daily to perfection, using all their amazing sauces made right here in the Bahamas. Divania's, grilling good food for life. Call or WhatsApp Divania's today at 817-4468.
Tired of paying too many bills and loan payments each month?
Shrink your monthly debt payments down to one easy payment with our debt consolidation loan.
It also has a built-in savings that pays you 5% interest.
Inquire about our debt consolidation loans today.
Call 356-7764.
There's nothing like the one and only Whopper at Burger King Nassau. That quarter pound of savory flame-grilled beef made your way with juicy tomatoes, fresh lettuce, crunchy pickles, and white onions on a soft sesame seed bun is burger bliss. Add piping hot thick-cut French fries and a Pepsi, and you have the ultimate classic combo that's sure to satisfy. Don't just get a burger, get the classic Whopper combo, available all day, every day at Burger King Nassau, where taste is king.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
At Bahamas Bus and Truck Company Limited, we provide vehicles known for quality and durability. From the iconic Jeep Wrangler to the award-winning Grand Cherokee, we've got your everyday driver covered. For larger tasks, our Ram 1500, Mitsubishi Fuso Canter trucks, CMC Verica vans, and Fuso Rosa jitneys do way more than just deliver. We even carry a wide variety of pre-owned vehicles. To keep you going, our parts, service department, and body shop can accommodate our brands and others. Call us today at 322-1722 or email info@bahamasbus.com.
Guardian Radio and the Foundation are on the move.
Bahamas, this one's for you.
SBT, Small Business Thursdays. Every Thursday, the Foundation with Howard Grant will highlight small businesses throughout the country, far and wide. Your products, services, prices, and personality. We want to hear it all. Get your 30 or 60-second advertisement heard on air at a fraction of the cost. We here at the Foundation understand the times and don't want you to be left behind. With Guardian Radio, you reach your specific demographic and it is unmatched.
We reach thousands daily.
Get your products off the shelf and your services in their hearts. Small Business Thursdays with the Foundation, only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. For more information, call 302-2300 or the Help Me Howard line at 827-0111. SBT, Small Business Thursdays. Get your business moving today.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation. Foundation. The foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant in your company, the Foundation. Beautiful Thursday. Great conversation with Pastor. Always enjoyed being able to talk about it and sit down with him to talk about these things. Man, these guys are just rich in knowledge and experience out there. And if you can glean from him, just to be able to soak it up, make sure you do that. You know the numbers. We're going to talk about that at the end of the show. But right now, I want to talk about something. And last week, I think it was last week or week before, I had an opportunity to be able to meet someone sitting down in the lobby when I came down from here. And Mr. Grant, I want to talk about it. I said, let's talk about it. Let me see exactly what. And met Mrs. Samuel Camp, who's here with us to be able to talk to us about more specifically about golf and the Golf Association here in the country. Now, you know, we're kind of indifferent. Most recently, the Prime Minister and the grouping identified a particular sport as a sport here in the country. You know, most of us don't do that, just like golf. But as things change in this country and we seek to be able to forge relationships and we get deeper into entrepreneurialism and we want to be able to do some things, a great deal of the business transactions, come on, talk to me, a great deal of these things happen on the golf course. Correct. Talk to me about that. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to none other than Mr. Samuel Camp, Mr. Samuel Camp. He is the president of the Bahamas Professional Golf Association, and he wants to talk to us about this. Say good afternoon to the Bahamian people.
Good afternoon, Bahamas. My name is Samuel Alexander Camp Sr. I'm the president of the Bahamas Professional Golf Association. And we're here to explain some things. This association has been, I would say, lopsided for a long period of time. We had several guys who basically run the organization. And most importantly, we want people to know that this is a non-profit organization. Non-profit. It is not where the people who are there now are just voluntary. Mm-hmm. We are not there to take positions for ourselves or to gravitate money. Our thing is to try to make the road easier for all the younger professionals who wants to extend themselves in the field of golf. And it's been sidetracked for a long period of time because we have a lot of young Bahamians who are interested in the sport. And if you understand golf is not just playing. Golf has an array of things that you could do. You could be a salesman, you could be a teacher, you could be a sports, whatever you want to do.
Be a caddy.
A caddy, exactly. And caddy is big.
Big money.
Big money. So right now, I've been the president for a period of time, and because this organization is a non-profit, we didn't have the facility of finances given to us.
How long you been open?
I've been here at least 7-8 years.
As a head?
As the head.
And the association's been in existence how long?
Long before me. Long before me. I basically actually licensed the association because the association was not licensed. We could have a word with the government, but if we are not a licensed body to operate underneath the Constitution and the law, it doesn't matter. It's only a word. So I took it upon, I talked to the members, I talked to the guys who were executive, and I licensed the Bahamas Professional Golf Association. We got our TIN number. We started in 2019. We became underneath the government for the license and stuff like that. And this was the first tracking of being able to get the association up and running properly. And the next thing we wanted to do is that Bahamians are being sidetracked by a lot of, I would say, influx of expatriates coming to our country, taking over the main part of golf, directors, et cetera, et cetera. We have a lot of Bahamians here. If you are trained correctly, you get the right credentials based on your qualifications. There should be no reason for the government or the Labor Department to be able to reach out and have Pacific, I would say, golf courses to be able to bring in people where they're paying massive amount of money to have these people come in, run the golf.
Is there still a disparity that exists in this space? Because the first thing that pops in my mind is that we start to talk about Bahamianization, we start to talk about opportunity for ownership, we start to talk about all these things. Bahamians are qualified in these particular areas, but not given the opportunity. So I want to know, if the Bahamian gets an opportunity, is it straight across the board, same pay for an expat as
No.
the same pay?
Absolutely not.
This is crazy.
No. And I could understand some of the properties doing that because, you know, we are Bahamians and we figure we should be entitled to. No, you should not be entitled to. You should get your certification. Then when you get your certification, then the government or labor or whatever department cannot look at you from a different eye, because there should be no reason for me to be able to reach out to Europe, bring somebody in, because we don't have nobody here who is in that Pacific arena to be able to qualify to hold that position. And that has been that for a long, long time. We had a few guys, I remember Mr. Vernon Lockhart was one, Chris Lewis was one, Charlie Sanders was down there. He was the local pro, but these were not guys. Charlie Sanders was not a director, but Vernon them was. Chris Lewis them was. And I think Glenn Pratt was for a period of time. So we have had a couple of guys, they've hold these positions, but no matter what, the world requires certain qualifications. And one of the things that really pushed me is a gentleman by the name of Mr. Ricardo Davis Sr. He's doing a similar system with the Road Traffic Department with the CDL, Commercial Driver's License. We know we have a lot of people drive trucks, big trucks, massive vehicles, but you could use a regular license. For the first time in history, the Bahamas now is moving away from that. You will have to obtain a CDL license in order to be able to handle these big vehicles, which is no more than fair. That Pacific license is valid worldwide. It's the same criteria anywhere in the world. So what we're doing with golf is we're trying to do the same thing with the qualification, where our qualification will be at least 5 shots harder than what the world requires 15. 15 over par for 36 holes. This association will require 10 for 36 holes. So when you do that, the part of your PAT is called the Player's Ability Test. That will be your first step. Your next step will be your bookwork. You're learning the rules and regulation of golf, the different adjectives of how things has changed based on spikes, marks, and this and that, and et cetera, et cetera. So when you get to learn all these parts, even though you might not work to a golf course, but you will obtain all of the requisite requirements to become a professional golfer in whatever arena that you want to be into. So we have Bahamians here, I absolutely know, can do it. We've had...
but I want to ask you this question before you go on, because I'm listening to this. And qualifications and certification is one thing.
Yes,
but
sir.
Are you still identified through the lens of your experience and exposure in this industry? We know this industry is kind of Loctite, right? So do you have to be a professional golf pro who's been up, let's say you was in the PGAs or you did something before, to have this kind of a local recognition? Is that what you're fighting against, or is only for certification? Because
no, we're fighting for, I would say, both certification and as being a club pro. The club pro is totally different from a tour pro.
Okay.
A tour pro requires where I did all of my qualifications here, European, Canada, South America. you have an array of about maybe 400 to 500 people qualifying for 25 cards. I've done all of those tours, and I've gotten a card in each one of them from 2004. I've also been to Remax World Long Drive. I'm not the first Bahamian. I'm the first black person of color to ever qualify 1999 and 2000 to reach that feat. So there are a lot of things that needs to be done.
So you're saying to me, I won't be decent. I won't be decent. You're saying to me, with your qualifications, with your years of experience, you tell me that you've been doing this now for what, 43 years?
Yes, sir.
43
I started
years.
as a young man.
Golf has fall out of you.
Never.
Yeah, I mean, what I mean is
Yes,
that
all my life.
every day this is what you do.
Yes.
You ingest this.
I don't need...
All you know is golf.
I don't need no one to tell me what to do to go there. I know what the aspect I need to do to advance myself.
So if you go on, let's say you decide to be able to move to West Palm Beach, and
Yes,
you
sir.
carry your experience, they scoop you up right away.
Absolutely. Well,
Right away.
I was the strength, mental, and physical golf coach for the state of Virginia, junior and high school.
This is crazy.
I did that for 2 years voluntary. The golf course I used to play at was called the Gondel Golf Course in Stafford, Virginia. I did it for 2 years voluntary, just trying to help young people to advance themselves. What we have here today is we have a lot of people talk about golf. Are they really interested in advancing the youths to be able to move to the next level? I'm at an age where we have people who are younger than me who wants us to cut this part to make it easy for them. There were people before me, and there would be people after me. So my part of the deal is to make sure that part is being taken care of. It's so sad where we have so much people talk about golf, they do this and that in golf, but it's all about themselves. Relinquish yourself. Give the youths a chance. The government needs help. And one of the main thing about the golf part of it is changing the mindset. You change the mindset of people by offering them an opportunity. My part as an ex-police officer also is the government is fighting a very serious battle with the mindset of the younger generation.
This is what I was getting to.
Yes.
I want to touch that with you.
Yes. And if you look at the aspect of what golf represents all facets of life.
How can you really cause a young person to, because they kind of wrapped up in social media, they wrapped up in their own worlds.
Yes.
How can you really cause a young person to understand the value that exists within golf? What do you have to do to kind of get them out there and get them interested?
All the government needs to do is that the most important thing, I would say myself, we were always occupied. And golf is one of the things that keeps you occupied. You're not just playing golf. You're also studying an education. You're also doing fitness trainings. There's a lot of things involved in golf where if you look at the competition side of it, no one wants to go there and someone beats them. So you would do your endeavor best to try and learn to advance yourself in golf. So I'm not going to sit here and watch 20 people just beat me and I keep coming last. I'm going to go there, find out what my faults are, try to correct them, and advance myself to probably be a champion or to beat them. And once you do this in golf, you look at the mindset where you set the principle with these kids or ladies or whatever it is, they change their mindset by becoming competitive, self-sufficient. Golf is a self-sufficient game. It's not about anybody else. It's about what you are capable of doing. And that's why if you look at the industry of golf and you look at the history of golf, there has been nobody that I could recall who played golf that was involved in any other orchestration. You look at every other sport, football, basketball, you check them out. We've had an array of different type of people who played it who've ended up in all kind of mishap. Check golf. And I think my last recollection, I think golf is the
Tiger Woods.
Yes. Well, that's different.
Him and his wife.
That's different.
You need to stop. You need to stop. I'm not going to get in your business, Mr. Camp, but tell me this.
yes.
I want to know this. Is the Golf Association, have you adopted a school? Have you identified a school locally? Have you gone into schools to kind of carry the message of what golf can do to be able to bring that to the forefront? Talk to me about it.
Well, I'm trying to do something right now, and I am not asking the government financially to assist us, other than provide us with a piece of property for us to build a school to teach these young children. If you check my history, every, what's his name? Jimmy Delancey, Jim Duncombe, Paul Johnson, and Keno Turnquest, I physically paid for them for us to go and represent the Bahamas in the World Cup. The association that had no money like that, but we couldn't just sit on the side and allow an opportunity just to be squandered. So whatever it takes for me and with the help of others, if they want to assist to build, we are trying to do an area right now where we teach not just children from the Bahamas, Nassau, anywhere in the Bahamas.
Tell me if you have any social media handles, how people could be able to reach out to you who are listening to you right now.
Well, if they want to reach out to me, my number is 556-4842. We're using it right now. We're getting ready to open the headquarters in about a couple of months. We have a line. We don't put it out as yet because that will be attached to the headquarters. And the thing about that is being able to show Bahamians it is possible. It might take some time, but it is possible for us to move to the next level.
There are some people that are listening to you right now who are very interested in golf. Their ears are kind of peaked like a little puppy right now because they're listening to you. And they want to know how they can be able to participate. They got some funds they want to be able to throw at you. Let them know how they can just reach out to you to find out this plan, to find out this concept, these ideas, how they can be able to contribute to this kind of a great work that you're doing.
Yes. You can reach me by the phone number, 556-4842. And I guess I would say I sat on the side a little bit. I allowed certain things to happen where I would use the cliche and say this. Okay, Mr. Grant. If you had an option, you had a heart problem, and you were given the choices of two doctors, one doctor who would take out 1,000 and one doctor who would take out 10,000, which doctor would you choose?
Doctor, what you mean take it out 1,000?
One doctor already took out 1,000 heart. This doctor didn't take out 10,000 heart. Which doctor would you choose?
We begin with the 10,000.
You know why? That doctor, exactly. He already did the things to understand his position where he at. Now, my thing is this. I'm not here to knock any professional golfers but here, but I guarantee I could say this on air, and the listener is Samuel Alexander Kemp Sr., bar no professional in this country. I've done all my work from the ground up. I am, still today, the only certified Tor Karen PGA card in the Bahamas.
Let me translate this for you. Ice the baddest out here.
Well,
You can say that. I can say it for you.
Yes.
I can say that for you. But, you know, Mr. Kemp, I want to thank you so much. I want to be able to have you come up again because, you know, we're going to get
Yes,
into
sir.
news and some stuff like that. But I want to be able to do this again because I want to be a part of being able to get this information out there for persons to participate. There's a lot of people who want to be able to prepare their children to move off into a global community.
Yes.
Right? And they want to be able to give them this sort of experience, exposure, opportunities that we're not necessarily afforded in our community. But you're teaching that stuff here now.
Yes.
So we want to be able to open up ourselves to you to have further conversations about this right here on the foundation and also more specifically on Small Business Thursdays to get people involved. Please, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there, you want to be able to participate to get these stuff done. We're talking more specifically about qualification and certification. If you're out there and you're just doing these things casually because you've been doing it for years, get yourself certified, qualified to be able to meet these things that are happening globally and internationally. The numbers you can call again for Mr. Kemp, 556-4842. That's 556-4842. Go ahead, Mr. Kemp.
Yes, and I want everybody to know the qualification I've already spoken to Andy at Alabama. The qualification is free. The association will pay for every individual who decides to have in tests.
Suppose I want to learn golf.
Well,
I can come learn golf.
You could come and learn golf, and the most important thing.
I ain't too old here, but for now.
No. The most important thing about golf is understanding body type. This is one.
Well, then, you gotta scratch me off there.
No, sir, Mr. Grant. See, the difference is I could take any human being, no matter what size, shape, no matter what it is. Once you get to understand the body type, you could do what you have to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Mrs. Samuel Alexander Kemp. Tell us about any size. We got you covered down there. Come on, man. You got to give him a call to find out more about it. And we can talk further about it. I want you to come back again.
Thank you, sir.
I want you to come back again
Absolutely.
to talk to us more about these things. The numbers you can reach out to him, 556-4842. That is he's the president of the Bahamas Professional Golf Association. Not the amateur one, the professional one. So we're going to find out more about that, Mr. Kemp. Thank you so very kindly for being able to bring this information and bringing this stuff to light. We're going to continue to push this for you and hope that we can see the reformation that we want to see in our society.
Thank you, Mr. Grant.
Thank you, my brother. Ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM. We're going to take this commercial break, get into news, and be right back after this.
The foundation.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas. Every Flay-Off Fish Fry Fridays is back in the big carnival month. The Big Band Visage will get you in the mood for the big carnival road march in the streets of Nassau. That's right, it's the pre-carnival edition of Fish Fry Fridays, May 5th at Margaritaville, downtown Nassau. Featuring Visage, DJ AI, and special guest models from the Euphoria Madness Masquerade Band, modeling their costumes that will be on the road for Carnival. Fish Fry Fridays is back May 5th. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. $25 general admission. $55 buffet and party. Don't miss Fish Fry Friday. Back with the pre-Carnival edition.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation. 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 The foundation. The foundation. The foundation. The foundation. The foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant and your company, The Foundation, right here on this Small Business Thursdays. We had two kind of laid out for you. I had a third one set up for you to talk about some things, but they didn't kind of make it, so we're going to have to push that back for next week, Thursday. But, you know, we always kind of give you this sort of a little treat for you out there. If you want to talk about your business, talk about some things that you're doing, please give me a call, 827-0111. You can do that on my phone, or we're going to give you some time here on air to be able to identify those things as just the beginning of a relationship that we can be able to make some things happen. If you want to do that, we're going to take the time out to do that, but I want to talk to you about some stuff. You can give me a call, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. If you're out there on your cell phone, if you're in the Family of Islands, anywhere, this is a toll-free line. You can give me a call at 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720, or you can hit me up on the text and be able to get me out here, 422-4796, 422-4796. Listen, man, these are some amazing things that's happening out here. You know what has blown my mind? Is that so much stuff is happening around us, and we're kind of wrapped up in our mundane routine of just trying to exist and really missing out on the experiences that life offers. It's crazy. It's always been kind of a mind-boggling thing for me to be able to have Black people talk about soon and very soon we're going to meet the King when this life is over. And we have yet to really experience and go beyond the little rock and the space that we exist in. We got to be able to take on a mindset to loose the shackles of this kind of a slavery that we cling ourselves to. It's almost like that big horse that has his mouth kind of wrapped up, straddled. And you hook him up to one of these little picnic chairs, the little plastic chairs, and he won't move. Because at the very sign of there being resistance, we shut down. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me that life happens every single day, and our participation is relentlessly trying to survive. That's crazy. It's time that you get up out there, man. Grammy ain't been nowhere. She been in Miami. Y'all didn't take Grammy to Fort Pierce. You need to stop. Grammy hasn't gone. She don't know nothing but Carolina. She only hear about Alabama. She only hear about these things. It's on the East Coast. East Coast. Grammy don't know nothing but Jamaica. She has a particular mindset associated with that. She hasn't gone throughout the Caribbean. She hasn't done these particular things. Come on. And while she may be reluctant to it, listen, whilst we are in the land of the living, because there's another land that we can be exploring soon. Whilst we are in the land of the living, take an opportunity to be able to see something. We are, in my humble opinion, one of the most blessed countries in the world. Now, some of us might be strapped for cash right now. Come on. But you know how to save. You save for your ASU, you save for this, you save for that. Go on one little vacation. Call Pastor Delton Ellis. Call Pastor Delton Ellis. Or even if you don't call him, set yourself up. Find yourself in a position that you can be able. People just ask me questions. Howard, how do you know? People are always kind of, I don't know. I told you I sat in the hotel. Sat in the hotel as a front office agent, and I met the entire world. I could identify the posture and the very first syllable that come out of this man's mouth that he from Boston. And so before I went to work, this is how I get to do what I do. Before I went to work, I would ingest what's happening on MSNBC, what's happening on CNN. I would read World News, or pick up the Miami Herald, whatever. And I ingested this information. So you're always kind of baffled. This is before all the cell phones and stuff, that you're always kind of baffled when I saw, you from Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, you from, oh my God, man, you guys, what's happening here, and here. Man, wasn't that crazy? So we just have a very quick conversation, 90 seconds. Within 90 seconds, I didn't make $150. They slide me money. I tell him, oh, no, man. Howard, take it. I told you the principal in the hotel. The principal in the hotel is we had to say no 3 times. So I say, oh, no, thank you. I go home. I got more money stuff on me and never touch my check. I got money stuff on my wife. You need me to I wash anything? Why is this woman so eager? 3 years after I finished the hotel. I didn't know. I don't work at the hotel no more. 3 years. She said, boy, I miss you working at the hotel. I said, why are we talking about the hotel today? She said, boy, I used to do your laundry, fine $400, and you never even know. I said, miss, you's a whole thief out here. You need to stop. Guys, get yourself some experience, man. Get yourself some exposure and opportunity to be able to see the world. When I lived in Colorado for the hotel, I was just telling Mr. Kemp, there was a hotel there. There was what they call it, a club that you couldn't enter. Now, this was early 2000s. You couldn't enter as a black man. So there was still segregation in the depth, in the midst of Denver during this particular time. These are the things that we need to be able to experience and identify for ourselves. We watch so much on it. We watch so much happening on the screens, but sometimes you got to immerse ourselves. So give them a call, 457-0849. That is Pastor Delton Ellis, or definitely find yourself in the position to be able to certify yourself and qualify yourself as a professional. Mr. Kemp started to talk about this professional license that can be identified globally. Come on, talk to me. Whilst we scurrying and scrambling over each other for an opportunity here, the world awaits our qualification. And so call Mr. Kemp, 556-4842, 556-4842, right? Let me take this telephone call. This is Howard. Stop lying on that good, decent woman. What? Decent? Where? When money involved, I think decency's gone. The woman tell me 3 years later. She said, boy, I couldn't. She said, I miss you working at the hotel. I used to do your laundry. I said, miss, there's a whole thief out here. You need to stop it, man. You owe me some money. Let me take this telephone call. Call the other line with this live. Go ahead.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, my brother?
I never hear nobody say no that quick. 3 times.
That's the principle, Graham.
How you did it? No.
Graham, they teach us that. They said, if someone offers you money, you had to say no. When they offer you again, you have to take into consideration their culture, and that this may be an insult. So you say no again, and if they say it one more time, you are obligated to take it. So we said, oh, no. Give me that.
Yeah. What really disturbed me, right? You worked in the hotel and you had little $400 loose change, right? But you couldn't buy shares in that hotel and be a part of the ownership. So when they succeeded from people like you and others going, no, bam, you made money when the boss made money. And we do the same thing with cruise ships, and we do it with every other part. I'm excited that the internet with the conceptual economy is now, we're seeing that, hey, we could actually use the internet to own this tourism industry because it's our tourism industry, right? That's what they told you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what part you own? The knife, the spoon, the fork, the bed, the sheet, the pillow?
The uniform part.
You own the uniform.
That's
and now
it.
they want to replace you maybe with somebody from the Caribbean, maybe Mexico, Philippines, whatever, right? So we didn't even negotiate cheap labor for our people, much less ownership. And, you know, I go in the coffee shop and I see the baristas and everybody working there in the fast food places. And I go, well, this is okay, I guess. Can you buy shares if you have a little extra $20? No.
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, I've never seen the level of discrimination that I see in this country. Can't go into a casino, can't have a U.S. dollar bank account with $500,000 in it. Can't, you know the list of things we can't do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about, because the majority of this country is not white, I'm thinking about calling BLM and you and me heading up a chapter down here. Because if the world knew how we discriminate, they'd mark our banner a little differently. And, you know, yeah. And so, yeah.
You want me and you to call Black Lives Matter?
Well, I could
You need to
identify
stop.
as a black lesbian, and they couldn't say a word. But I mean, I'm only kidding. I'm a light-skinned African. I'm Jewish. And that's Northeast Africa. So, Howard, it doesn't matter. See, we fixate. They fixate on little distractions like race and color and religion. And while meanwhile, they still have us as slaves. And then they put us in church and they go, now listen, you just struggle it out, Howard, and your reward will be great in heaven. You might get another jewel in your crown. Wait a minute. There's classism in heaven? I thought we were all equal on streets of gold, but no, you may have a better crown. Then I'm going to be jealous of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can strive to do better than me in heaven. But right now, everybody on earth, right, that's telling me this, they got their Cadillac, they got their Lincoln, they doing good, big house, swimming pool, right?
And I got to wait to die to get mines.
No, see, that Graham ain't stupid. And I always ask questions when people tell me stuff like that. And then there's no answer. Then they call you heathen, blasphemous, and all kind of other crap. And I'm like, wait, hold on. I just want an answer to my question. I want to live good like you, because I believe God had the real God of Israel, because they don't believe in some other stuff in the Bible, but that's another story.
Mm-hmm.
The real God, and you said it, we won the richest country? No, bro, we the richest country in the hemisphere.
Mm-hmm.
You check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And when we had 150,000 people, the original people that were here, they were stupid rich. In 1983, we were the richest country in the hemisphere, according to the IDB and the World Bank. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
I got the document to support what I say, and I challenge anybody to come tell me I'm wrong. We're still number 3, and we didn't work for 2 years because of Corona. Our number 1 job, tourism, we didn't work in it. And we number 3 richest country in the hemisphere. Lord, listen, we got to lay some hands on them, Howard, and start speaking in tongues. But, you know, well, it sounds like speaking in tongues as I traverse the island, but that's another story. I got to behave. But, you know, I want to wrap up with this encouragement. We should allow our people to do in this country what other people can do in this country and stop the discrimination.
Mm-hmm.
Because each Bahamian, instead of putting that little $3 in a in a gambling facility, I don't want to call no names and upset people, they should be allowed to put it in some stock like Tesla, like commodities like oil and gold. And our people be taught how to do this responsibly from school ages and become little crazy investment specialists. Because this country, we did it. Our people did it for foreigners, invested their money and commodities and bought them and sold them every day of the week and made foreigners trillions of dollars, but we couldn't do it for ourselves. Like my sister. Now that is sick and sad. I can leave you with this, and I can keep saying it. 50 years of oppression because we built billion-dollar resorts for everybody, but we didn't build our people a hospital. I dare you to go jump up and down this July 10th. What you celebrating? Freeport laying in ruin? You only rich people could take a whole city, Howard, and let it rot. That's when you're rich. And don't build a hospital for your people. But
Thank you, my
build
brother.
$1 billion resort for someone else. Hey, have a good one, man.
Thank you, my brother. I do appreciate your telephone call. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Graham always opining about the black struggle. Graham, you need to stop, right? But, you know, we right here. We right here. Just had a conversation yesterday, since we are in the spirit of being able to have a good conversation about where we are as for Small Business Thursday, I want to be able to touch something. I had a very good conversation with a financial guru here in the country. And I want to kind of engage him for, something that I'm thinking of. And I say, there's a lot of sharks that exist in a particular space here in the country. So we're looking elsewhere to make this kind of an opportunity. I say, Howard, where? Grand Bahama? Grand Bahama. So how is you from Grand Bahama? Can I be brutally honest with you? I said, go ahead. He said, Howard, let's be very clear. You got to put your mask on first before you decide to go to Grand Bahama. And so I said, yeah, but Grand Bahama is missing certain elements. It's very important. When I last went to Grand Bahama, we talked to a few of my nieces, right? My wife family, and my family. And they say, Uncle Howard, call me Uncle Howard, which, I like this. This is good stuff. I said, my God, I'm getting old. I say, Uncle Howard. I said, so what y'all do for entertainment? You ain't got no place to go, right? So they say, we just go sit in the bar. Blew my mind. 15 years old, 16 years old. And I'm looking at this and it's like, your mother let you go sit in the bar? No, well, we don't drink. Lies in deceit. Lies in deceit. We ain't gonna sit here and not take a sip. Talk to me. And none of y'all is Anglican. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, we need to create a space to ensure that the youth that exist in this arm, Grand Bahama, Abaco, and elsewhere, can engage in community. You can't let them get wrapped up in social media. We're losing them. Let's get them in real time. So I start to talk about this. The guy says to me, he says, Howard, listen, man. You are, I keep hearing this idealistic thing. You say, oh, man, Howard, you want to be able to help everyone. You have this sort of a big heart. You want to help everyone. I say, man, we're losing our people. We got to be able to think of an opportunity. And I think we can make some money. He says, Howard, you cannot make it no money in Grand Bahama. I said, come on, man, don't say that. He said, Howard, where are you going to accommodate the people? No hotel. He said, to get the airplane there, no airport. He said, if you look at the feasibility studies that exist in this particular space, it'll say to any investors, despite their kind of an eager opportunity to invest in Grand Bahama, you're not going to get a return. We got to figure out a way to make these things happen, ladies and gentlemen. We got to figure out a way to be able to get back in a position of acquisition, or to get to a position of acquisition, to hold on to something for ourselves. We have to decide as a community that we can buy the hotel because ain't nobody else want it. Talk to me. How are you talking? Am I making sense? We have to decide collectively as a community to do crowdfunding and purchase the Grand Lucayan Hotel. Whilst we desperately wait for a government that going globe-trotting and looking for opportunities, and people are saying, well, no. I got a couple dollars, but I won't go in Abaco. I got a couple dollars, I won't go in Treasure Cove. I got a couple dollars, I won't go in Eleuthera, Exuma, elsewhere. We have to decide, us, as a collective, despite our disdain, this kind of a social segregation that exists between Grand Bahama and Nassau, we know what Grand Bahama good for. And we just have to decide to take care of it. That's it. There needs to be a PPP with the people of the Bahamas, the government of the Bahamas, and the private sector to invest in Grand Bahama and see it revive. How I talking? I'm making sense? Hit me up 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, anywhere from the Family of Islands, 242-300, 5720, 242-300-5720, or you can hit me up on the text 422-4796. Is that a telephone call we got? Call on the line with us live. Go ahead.
Hey, Howard.
Hey.
Sparky.
Hey, what's up, Sparky?
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
As a talk show, sometimes can you give consideration to people who holding on a cellular phone, calling you, trying to voice an opinion, as opposed to those who calling you from home who don't have to pay nothing for their call.
Well,
to voice
Sparky,
their
I
opinion.
don't ring mobile phone in here.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is sometimes when you get on the talk, you go on the talk, and I admire people like you. And when we listen to people like 52, C. Allen, yourself, and certain people, and Graham and them, and they call people like me chronic callers, whatever they call us. But as we as men and women who got the nerve to call into talk shows and voice our opinion to our leaders, it appears, Howard, that nobody listens to us, you know. From the time they open up talk shows and everything from 1994 to now we've seen governments come in and go out, and they end up using people like us, talk show hosts, to fill their agenda to get elected. And as once they get elected, and then they turn their services to bowing down to kings and queens of foreign nations. They turn their allegiance from the constituents that they begged to send them to basically to represent us. And as soon as they put on their suit, the first thing, they hold the Holy Bible in their hand, Howard, and they tell us they swear their allegiance to the king now. Then they went in there, they swear their allegiance to the queen, who is head of church and state. And now the Bahamian people are going through suffering again from this government. And I know I'm a PLP who begged us to rid that for them out of power. We did that for them. And now we as PLPs, I myself, thank God, the new days seem to have disappeared. The days seem to have forgotten us. And I wonder, how do we do this? Because nobody wants to listen to the green shirts. Nobody wants to listen to the CI, whatever they is. And we keep putting the same people in backward and forward. And we end up being the ones to suffering from the taxes and everything. When do we ever change it? How do we change it, Howard? Hello, Howard?
Well, it's hard, Sparky. It's hard to change it because it seems as though a great deal of the traditional people in our country like bad treatment. It's hard to change it. They teach the next generation to endure bad treatment.
Howard, let me say it let me say this before I go.
Go ahead.
I get so frustrated now. As a 72-year-old citizen, was voting from PLPs when I started at 18. I have watched PLPs come in and out, F&Ms come in and out, with all the promises in and out. And it seems as if instead of we should be celebrating what we have accomplished for 50 years, we should be celebrating our failure. Because all of our governments have failed the Bahamian black people who they say have the majority. And the only people that succeed in this country is friends, families, lovers, and foreigners. The average Bahamian black people have been deserted. They have left. They have used us.
Wow.
Our religious leaders are sucked up on the money. Our politicians are sucked up on the money. Our lawyers are sucked up on the money. And our social services, not social services, our social leaders, permanent secretaries of them, they sucked up on the money just to doggone take care of themselves, family, and get their nice, pretty homes and their pretty cars. While average people over the hill, still over the hill, and killing up one another.
Wow.
I don't even know what else to say, Howard, because I don't see what to celebrate. We got a job to do. We got all kind of thing. And I can say this, Leslie Miller, the party, his daughter, Leslie Miller, is trying to do a good job to promote the celebrations of the our 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
But all she doing is running a doggone a beauty contest. We don't have nothing to celebrate.
Wow.
We can afford to buy corned beef and white rice.
Sparky, this your government. You should be able to support them in their position. But I appreciate you telling me
government, not my government. This is our government. The government of Brave Davis and the 38 people on there, that is the government of the Bahamian people. That is not Sparky's government. That is all of our government.
Mm-hmm.
And every time they get down there, they do less than the house no more.
Wow.
52 Graham and 52 Graham and CNN, you and Warren McCartney and Dwight, asking that the VDS need y'all to go down Bay Street because y'all seem to be having all the answers to every goddamn thing. Bye.
Sparky, you're on a whole rant today. You got a soapbox, and every time you open your mouth, you're getting higher. You need to stop it, my brother. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Small Business Thursday. We're talking about business, talking about acquisition, talking about ownership, talking about being able to get the experience, exposures, and really being able to move outside of the little box that we've been in, kind of stuck to for a long time. Let's talk about it. We're going to take this quick commercial break and be right back after this.
The foundation. Foundation.
The Foundation. We'll be back right after this.
The foundation. The foundation. The foundation. The foundation.
Jet off to the basketball playoffs with your Scotiabank credit card. You could be courtside in the middle of the action with an all-expenses-paid trip, plus airfare, spending money, and accommodations to the next basketball playoffs. Just apply for any Scotia credit card, spend $120 or more on a purchase, or use our Scotia Select Pay installment plan to win a slam-dunk trip to the next basketball playoffs, courtesy of your Scotia credit card. Visit bs.scotiabank.com for more information.
My Gateway is the centralized, safe, secure way to access and pay for government services online. Go to mygateway.gov.bs and log in to request a police character certificate, renew your passport or driver's license, and more. Receive emails confirming requests and alerts when documents are ready. You must have a valid, government-issued ID in order to collect documents. My Gateway is fast, easy, and convenient. Go to mygateway.gov.bs and register today.
It's Spa Week, we got what you need. Sit back, relax, and come in for a treat. We just wanna make you smile. We will go the extra mile at Baja Retreat Spa.
Come visit us at Baja Retreat Spa on East Bay Street.
Relax and come in for
Contact us at 323-6711 or visit us online at www.baharetreat.com.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation.
96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant and your company. Beautiful day. Y'all got me chuckling on the People Radio. Y'all need to stop it. It is wild. We're live and in full effect. Sparky cussing all over the People Radio. You want Urka, call me and say, Howard, calm down. Sparky. Somebody text me and say somebody anoint Sparky today. I don't know. What happened? You apply for the next piece of property and get it? I don't know. We're not fighting them today. Let's make the thing happen, guys. Please be a part of the conversation. The lines are wide open on this Small Business Thursday. Let's keep it in the vein of business. Let's talk about those things. Let's keep it in the vein of business. Let me read one or two of these texts. I laugh at this. It says, Howard, great show as usual. Howard, you had a daddy in your life, boy. I tell you, 65% of us can't relate to daddy carrying you to Miami. I say, boy, you could show off. Hey, y'all need to stop it. Daddy carried me to Miami, boy. Let me tell you something. We went on one trip one time to ride up to Washington, D.C. And when we got to Washington, D.C., right? 17 of us, right? 17 of us. I mean, we had friends and family, all kind of people on the trip. Big bus, right? And we driving up to Washington, D.C. My mother and father got married in D.C., so they said, let's make a trip out of the thing. We did it for summer, I think about 2 weeks, stopped in Atlanta, had a great time, and drive up to D.C., but I wanted to go to New York. Now, remember, I was young and kind of heavy in this kind of hip-hop thing, so I wanted to go to New York. I want to see the boroughs. I want to see all these things. This is like 90-something, I think this is 95, 96. So I want to see what's going on, right? Wu-Tang just was out. We get to New York. After we come out of Virginia, we get to Virginia, and then we hit up Washington, D.C. Beautiful place, expensive as hell. And we say, let's go to New York. So everybody's like, agreed. My grandfather's saying, well, what the hell are we getting to New York for? I got to go home and feed my hog, right? So we say, what? And so my mother says, Daddy, I want to go and be able to get some things. We got to get some souvenirs. He say, oh, let's rock on the ground. See the souvenir here, right? So we didn't get a chance to do it. So I only say that to you to say some fathers just continue to be able to exist in the environment that they're in. My grandfather was one of those people. When I started to learn Spanish first, he said, what the hell do you need Spanish for, right? Maybe some people can't see beyond things, but we in this age and era know for our survivability and for our ability to be able to reach another level and make some more money, we got to get this experience in life. You ain't got to absorb it, but we got to at least know how to navigate these particular things. So it's time for us to be able to do that, man. Get yourself out there. Make sure you check the thing out. Pastor Delton Ellis, Keepers Travel. You can be able to do that. Keepers Travel International at Gmail, 457-0849. Or you can be able to check out the Gulf Association. Get yourself qualified and certified to do some stuff with none other than Samuel Kemp. 556-4842. Let me take a telephone call. Calling on the line with us live. Go ahead. Go ahead, calling on the line. Give me the next line. Calling on the line with us live. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Rachel and Papa, you're the blind one. How you doing?
What's up, Papa? All is well?
Buddy. Howard, I say amen to what Sparky say. I mean, in an agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah, amen, like in agreements, if you don't understand in agreements.
Mm-hmm.
And Sparky got to say a little bit of that, so when naughty come on, we want to hear you again. You might have more to say, Sparky. Plenty of people ain't get the balls like you. I mean, excuse me, test the fortitude what you have, Sparky, to say what you say. Especially when people threaten to take bread out your mouth.
Yes.
All about friends, family, and love. Sparky ain't lie, ain't nothing changed. Same old, same old. Different from swearing to the king or the queen or whatever. They say absolute power is corrupt people. No, absolute power costs you to show your true colors.
Mm-hmm.
It's cost the monkey show the red skin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I agree with what Sparky said.
The higher they go in the tree. That's what it is.
The higher the monkey climb, he show you rare. And these people don't really care about us, man. This a class thing, man. This ain't no business. PLP or your party in power. These people don't like your dog eat your lunch, but thank God for Jesus.
Yes.
Thank God for Jesus. How would you know this?
Yes.
You don't have to be PLP or FNM. You choose to be PLP or FNM if you want to.
Yeah.
The arms of flesh can fail us, Sparky. Sparky, you got to keep speaking out. You say you're 70-something, Sparky. I just turned to 52. I can be 53 this year if God spare life. Sparky, we gotta speak our mind. We got to continue to do what we've been doing. Nobody is. I mean, about the new people who coming in and they have their views and stuff. We know we is the original Sparky, Pauper, JT, Punky. Plenty done gone and dead and gone. But Sparky, do what you saying. Say some of that for when naughty come on. You won't hear what you saying, but friends, family, and lovers. And Howard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
We need you to hook up with Leslie Miller's daughter. Leslie Miller, the Miller family, is a great family.
Yeah, man.
They care about the country. But we need to know how damn money spending. They say they have 5 million watts. People out here hungry. When last you been to the food, you see how things. My God. My God, I don't see what's. They say, do it that way so you could use the money from the why to do that. I don't understand what it's. In the meantime, while they trying, they think people out here dying. Friends, family, and lovers. One law for them, one law for us.
Wow.
They get treated different. We supposed to be the boss. They supposed to be the servant. Friends, family, and lovers. We need to know what is the budget for this road to 50 years anniversary. Because plenty of people out here ain't feeling it. They need to connect with the people.
Wow.
They say this child protection month. I ain't hearing enough for child protection. All I hear is children getting hurt and killed and raped and all kind of foolishness. These guys, them having a ball. We got to continue speaking. And Howard, don't believe it's no joke, no. These political Negroes threaten you to tell you, although you qualify, you get your tools, you being working for the government. If you speak your mind, you say something against them, they threaten to take bread out your mouth. You can imagine that. They're supposed to be the cream of the crop, no. They're supposed to be the best of the best right now, what in there, no. And these are spiteful, vindictive, petty-minded, small-minded people.
It's the same people, though, Papa. Ain't nothing changed.
What you say?
It's the same people. Ain't nothing changed. There is a significant
What you
allegation.
expect better? Okay, listen to me. Are you a little disappointed? A lot of people might be disappointed. They ain't talking about what you vote for and what more, Papa. Look here.
Sparky, no conviction there. Ain't nobody standing up for nothing.
I ain't gonna waste time rowing and tell the people them who might say, well, tell Papa shut up and who am row me. You all know I my tongue ain't break down. I get the screw word and everything, right? I get it right here. So ain't no problem with that. I ain't gonna waste time with you all. I want to say this. When it was time to vote Howard.
Yeah, radio.
Joshua was there. Nicole Martin, my cousin, was there. I tell her, that's my first cousin.
I know.
love
I
her.
remember you call her. When she's on my show, I remember.
Yes, this is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
I tell you that I told my cousin who's running in my area in Nassau Village constituency that it doesn't make sense all to vote for the party. I say it make more sense to vote for Philip Ray Davis. And I'm disappointed today. I feel bad about that. At least I could have voted for my damn cousin. Different from them trying to victimize, spite, and do all of that foolishness or think this about Papa. God on the truth, and I thank God for Jesus. They can't do nothing with a person like me. But Jesus in control. Oh, that's got to go one day. But these greedy people, it seems like it's all about the greedy and not about the needy. Look like they want to leave something for the generations and us out here who supporting them people. We got to stop it. We need more plumbers. We need more average people like Howard. I didn't call you average. Like we need more average people in Parliament now. These people are supposed to be so smart. All this thing about a woman can't run this country, and we got to stick on the PLP and everything. We got to stop it before we die and leave this earth. At least we got to leave something change in this country. Do some changes. Don't be afraid to do it.
I agree with you.
These people have an agenda. Sparky, we want to hear you on Naughty Show. Any more of that, Sparky? It's all about friends, family, and lovers. It ain't nothing change. All about the greedy.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate your telephone call. Always appreciate it from the blind one. Ladies and gentlemen, I suppose that Sparky changed the direction of the show. And but I can't say that I disagree. I can't say that I disagree with sort of this impassioned position. But what I disagree with is that there is an expectation by just being able to rant that there's going to be a change. The change don't come from being able to just speak it, right? You also have to be able to work. This kind of a faith and work. You have to be able to work it together. You have to show up to these things. You have to make modifications. You have to make a determination that you're not going to support these people. You have to do that. For the change that you seek to, you have to be able to forge alliances. You have to identify like-minded people with spirits that want to be able to reform some things. You have to make a determination that you ain't going to depend upon government to do everything for you. You're going to have to forge alliances and relationships locally, internationally, regionally to make the change that we want to be able to see locally. That's just what it is. That's what it is. You have to find these people. You have to connect spiritually, physically, emotionally to get the change that we need to see in this country. That's how I feel about it. What I think about it. Let me take a next telephone call. Caller, you on the line. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. One thing I agree with Sparky with, man. When you got callers on the phone, you ain't know if we on cell phones or not. That's my second time calling on the cell phone, spending up minutes trying to get in.
Mm-hmm.
If we could just try to limit some of the callers, rather than 10, 15 minutes, we could probably get everybody in. Sparky made a kind of a good contribution. So did Papa. I think Papa's contribution was much better. But see, in this town, we can't be rewarding wrong things with good accolades straight through, because what Sparky did was unacceptable in terms of cursing. You understand me? I had to cover up my little boy ears.
Yeah.
Because we listen. So I ain't going to tell him he was all good.
Mm-hmm.
What he did on the radio, he needs to call and apologize to the nation percussion on his radio like his space box.
Yeah.
You understand? I could always tell when a fella had a few libations, his voice changes. I ain't accusing him of that, but that's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the purpose for me calling. I'm not saying he didn't make a good contribution.
Yeah, I said that.
He doesn't have, and then calling those other callers' name all the time, that's not good either, Sparky. That is not good. You make your contribution, and you leave those fellas alone. They're a little long-winded. That's why I mean use guy way long on the cell phone or whatever the case may be. But I think you owe us an apology, man. Thanks for taking my call out.
I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so very kindly. Now, I try to be as fair as possible on the radio. I believe that this show belongs to the community. And I know that, especially how I structure it, that it provokes you to want to be able to say some stuff. And I design it like that. I want to be able to trouble the spirit, your water. I don't just want it to be this kind of a mundane show that you just kind of getting, let's push through this 2 hours. I want you to start to think about where we are and whether or not we have the strength to contribute to be able to change the community. Now, sometimes it provokes people to contribute in an impassioned way. And so we hear that. But all of us have to be respectful. Always, we have to be respectful. There are rules, regulations, laws that govern this particular space, that govern the media, IRCA and other spaces, but also we have a responsibility to ourselves and our community, right? So we have to be able to take on that kind of position, and I agree with your call. Y'all don't cuss me and say, howdy, got me on 15 minutes, so forth and so on. Don't fight me. Because, not because I don't cut you off, that means you don't have the consideration. I was thinking about this yesterday. I said, should I have like a ticker or something like that to let people know your time is draweth nigh, right? Should I do that? You know, when your minute's going out, you have 1 minute left, right? Should I do that? Should we create something? I don't think I should have to do that. All of us are men and women, right? All of us are men and women. We are adult and understand that our contribution is significant. Surmise your words, slap it on the thing, and then, let's do what we have to do. So I want to be able to put it like that and kind of get these things done. But I want to say something too, though. For this Small Business Thursday, where we are, we're getting into the month of May. And this is not to change the course of anything, but I was just thinking about this because I got a couple of texts. Mother's Day is coming up. And a lot of persons are calling me and they want to, Howard, say this for me on the radio. Y'all, the indecency is rich. And as bad as I want to help you, this is business. Talk to me. This is. I've given you my number. We've done everything we can possibly do to ensure that we can accommodate you accordingly. Financially. I tell you, I keep getting cussed. Howard, you got to change these prices? This Guardian. But we're doing everything that we can do. Now, if you're out there and you got products and services, flowers, so forth and so on, that you want to be able to do something for your mother, listen, man, call me. Call me. Let Howard know that we want to be able to do something special for Mother's Day. Howard, I may not have this. Maybe we can do something. Maybe I could find someone to kind of work together to get this thing done so we can talk about your products and services. So give me a call, 827-0111, 827-0111. We can be able to get that information out there for you. So we can do that, 827-0111. Or just hit us up right here at the studio, 302-2300, 302-2300, and we can be able to assist you for Mother's Day. Mother's Day. Your mother is celebrating that particular day. And all of us love our mothers, so we want to be able to do something special. Please reach out to us so we can put your products and services out there and make these things happen. Let me take this next telephone call. Calling on the line with us live. Go ahead. Turn your radio down. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Howard. How are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am awesome. I just wanted to comment on something that the caller said before. We do have a lot to celebrate. It's sad the way it's being introduced, but we even have the right to celebrate, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
Because, back then, we didn't even have a right to our own opinion in our own country. We didn't even have the right to be right in our country. So the fact that we have a right, that's a lot to celebrate. And I think when it comes to celebrating our Jubilee, we have to put the colors aside and just celebrate us as a nation, as a people. Because regardless, and it is sad that I don't think we have come far enough to rise above the colors and the violence, but we still have a lot to celebrate. As sad and as hard as it sounds, we do. Because in our country, we did not. And regardless of who the person was that first introduced us to our freedom as a nation, we have a lot to celebrate as a people. Because, again, it may not be the way we want it to be. It may not be the way that was foreseen for us. But just to have the right to have a right is a lot to celebrate. I just wanted to point that out because it's our Jubilee. We need to put the colors aside and we need to celebrate as a people.
Yeah.
Period. There's no question.
Yeah.
Okay? Thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so very kindly. Sometimes you got to be able to hear these things for persons to know exactly where we are. It's a good show today, man. I enjoyed it, even though it's a little tribulation in the middle there. We can take this break, get to paying a couple of these bills, and get right back and kind of shut it off. But I'm grateful to you guys. All right? Let's take this quick commercial break and be right back after this.
Foundation. The foundation.
The Foundation. We'll be back right after this.
At Bahamas Bus and Truck Company Limited, we provide vehicles known for quality and durability. From the iconic Jeep Wrangler to the award-winning Grand Cherokee, we've got your everyday driver covered. For larger tasks, our Ram 1500, Mitsubishi Fuso Canter trucks, CMC Verica vans, and Fuso Rosa jitneys do way more than just deliver. We even carry a wide variety of pre-owned vehicles. To keep you going, our parts, service department, and body shop can accommodate our brands and others. Call us today at 322-1722 or email info@bahamasbus.com.
At Marco's Pizza, you don't have to feel guilty about enjoying our pizza. Now offering a gluten-friendly cauliflower crust. It's a perfect excuse to eat your veggies with Marco's tasty gluten-friendly cauliflower crust. Made with real cauliflower, real gluten-friendly. Try our new cauliflower crust on any small pizza. You can only find our signature gluten-friendly cauliflower crust at Marco's Pizza Bahamas. Order now at marcospizzabahamas.com.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant and your company. It is absolutely wild that I just listened to the commercial, right? I'm normally just kind of talking through the commercials, right? So I normally talk to it. Gluten-friendly cauliflower pizza at Marco's. Bananas, sir. I normally, I have to pray longer when I eat pizza. I try. It's like I try. It's like, oh my God, all this flour. I can't be eating this flour. I'm getting older. I mean, all this flour, man. Lord, man, listen. And so I normally look for the cauliflower pizza when I go off to the supermarkets and stuff like that. I didn't know Marcos had that, man. Gluten-friendly cauliflower pizza over at Marcos. Check that out, man. And thank all you guys for being able to support the show, to being a part of this. Tomorrow, we're going to be able to have Alpha Sounds in the house to talk about it for maybe the top of the show, to talk about some stuff that they got going on and talk about culture here in the country. So I'm excited about that. We may not get into a few things, but I won't touch this. Oh, God. I tell you, I tried not to talk about politics on Thursday. But it seems as though, yellow-bellied politicians exist. Oh, God. Should we do this at the last end of the show? You sicken me. Your inability to stand with conviction and be able to speak to the degradation of this office that you hold and the honorability that men continue to be able to thrust against as a preamble to your name, honorable, and you don't even uphold this position. It exhausts me. By a mere identification of reduction, we could see who this is. These allegations, these concepts, these ideas, so forth and so on. It is time that we take on this kind of a position and be able to deal with these. You got to condemn the thing, man. We got to condemn some stuff. We as a people, we've been able to, and all these politicians talking with, slit tongue. On one end, you're seeing that the Free National Movement has taken on this kind of position. This is the last 2 minutes of the show, so I ain't going to go too heavy. One end, you see the Free National Movement with the former Prime Minister, Dr. Ministers in there, opposition watching the matter surrounding the claims against the MP, right? The Free National Movement Deputy Leader, Shannon Cartwright, and Shadow Minister for National Security and former Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis, yesterday both weighed in on the matter concerning the allegations made against the sitting member of Parliament, urging equal treatment under the law. The opposition underscores that these are very serious allegations. This is what Cartwright says. He said, our parliamentary caucus is watching the matter, and is everyone as is everyone else. This is not for political brownie points. This has to do with upholding of not the tradition of politics, but the office. The honorability that is attached as a prefix to your name, as an opportunity to, when you step over that threshold, there is a social expectation. Now, I don't know what y'all got to do. Sign an NDA when you get into these little agreements or whatever. Whatever you have to do, you can find your way to do that. Because as soon as these allegations come out, it is time for you to be able to face this and step down. That's it. That's it. That is it. That is it. There's no two ways about this. When the allegations come out, muster up the strength to be able to step before the entire congregation, the country, and do what needs to be done in decency and in order. Politicians out here cloaking this thing. This is wild. On one side of your mouth, you're saying, we watching it, you ain't got the same thing for us. And then the other side of your mouth, well, I ain't getting in it. The people innocent until they prove it. What are you doing? Just shut up. Don't say anything about it. Just shut up and walk in the House of Assembly. You're doing too much, man. Where are we living in this kind of a fantasy? It's either right or wrong. And it can't be both at the same time to serve your political position. Stop it. Man, we can touch it a little bit more tomorrow and kind of be able to get into that. But I am tired of this, man. I'm tired of this. Because integrity waits at the outskirts and the outer courts. Integrity waits patiently, praying for an opportunity to be able to serve its country with passion, with determination, to right side and align our country with the sort of conviction that exists here, to align our country with this, even with this Constitution, and do the right thing, to align our country with what we know we've been called to, while you in there having a field day with your debauchery and filth and expect us to accept this. This is wild. I won't touch it for you. That's all I want to do. I want to let you know you might as well shut up. Because we as a community also know your business. And because it ain't spread out in the newspaper, that doesn't make it less real to us. We don't expect you to be perfect. But if there's allegation, we expect you to be decent. That's all. Just be decent. Just be decent. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so very kindly for being able to tune into the show today. I try not to touch that. I tried. I really did. And every time I look over to this thing, F&M urges equal treatment. Stop it! You all make me tired. I just try my hardest. This is a society of decency and order, law and order. Let's do the right thing, man. I want to thank you guys so very kindly for being able to be a part of the show today. 96.9 FM radio, Howard Grant in your company. The foundation today. Thank you so kindly, guys. You can be able to give me a call if you want to be able to participate next week Thursday, or be able to go forward with that with Mother's Day, 827-0111, 827-0111. You can be able to do that tomorrow. Great show kind of laid out there for you. Thank you so very kindly. Stick and stay for Shivago Lang with Z Live right after this. Guys, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Godspeed.
Foundation. Foundation.